Have you ever felt like you're different, like you're meant for something more? Not better. Not superior. But chosen, in a quiet, invisible way. Not chosen by fate, but by life itself, to carry a burden most ignore, to hear a voice most pretend not to hear. This is not fantasy. This is the call. A call that doesn't scream, but whispers. A call not to power, but to purpose. If you've ever felt that, deep down, this message is for you. Because the chosen ones are not selected. They step forward. They accept the weight that others avoid. They choose the harder path, the path of virtue, strength, and truth. But how do you know if you're one of them? What if you're already walking the path and didn't even realize it? Let's begin. The world is loud. It pulls your attention in every direction: fame, fortune, status, success. But in all that noise, something remains silent, steady, waiting. A voice inside you that says, "This isn't it. There's more." That voice is ancient. It's the same voice the Stoics heard in their own lives. It told them, don't chase what others chase. Don't fear what others fear. And don't be fooled by what the world worships. It told them, be still. Stand tall. Do what is right, even if no one claps. Are you listening to that voice? Or have you been ignoring it? Because it doesn't beg. It doesn't shout. But it calls. Most people spend their lives running from discomfort, from effort, from truth. They choose ease. They choose distraction. They avoid anything that demands too much of them. But you feel it differently. You know deep down that comfort comes at a cost. That the easy road leads nowhere. That silence, solitude, and sacrifice hold a strange power. This is what makes you different. You don't want escape. You want meaning. You want to know what it really means to live well, to live honestly, to live fully. And that is the call. To wake up. To stop following the crowd. To rise when others sleep. But here's the hard part. This path is lonely. You won't always be understood. People may call you cold, quiet, strange. But you must learn to be okay with that. Because the chosen ones are not here to be accepted, they're here to be aligned. Aligned with what? With nature. With truth. With the kind of person you were meant to become. So ask yourself, am I willing to walk alone for a while, if it means walking in truth? Stoicism isn't a belief system. It's not a religion. It's a discipline. A way of training your mind and heart to serve something deeper than comfort. It says, don't waste time. Don't argue with what you can't control. Don't be ruled by your emotions. Don't pretend you have forever. Live now. Act now. Be now. And for those who accept this, those who say yes to this ancient wisdom, a transformation begins. You start to see things clearly. Not emotionally, but rationally. Not reactively, but consciously. You don't chase. You choose. But even now, even after all this, most people will still walk away. They'll watch this and go back to their old lives. They'll feel the pull, and ignore it. Because this path requires too much. But not you. You stayed. You're still listening. That matters. It means something in you is still awake. So let me ask you. What are you being called to do, right now, that you've been avoiding? What hard decision have you delayed? What truth have you buried? What habit have you been feeding, knowing it weakens you? What comfort have you chosen at the cost of your soul? Be honest. Because the chosen ones answer those questions, not with excuses, but with action. This call is not for everyone. And that's okay. But if you feel it, if it's echoing in your chest, don't ignore it. You're not being asked to be perfect. You're being asked to be honest. To be strong. To be disciplined. To become the kind of person you admire in others. And that starts with simple choices. Wake up earlier. Complain less. Practice silence. Respond with calm. Choose virtue over validation. And above all, live today as if it mattered. Because it does. You will be tested. There will be failure. You'll fall short. People will doubt you. But that doesn't mean the call was a mistake. It means you're on the right path. The Stoics never promised ease. They promised growth. They promised freedom, not from life, but from the chains of illusion. Chains like, I need people's approval. I need everything to be fair. I need to feel good to do good. Break those chains. And you'll be free in a way most people will never understand. So what now? Now you live it. Not later. Not when it's convenient. Now. Not in your words, but in your actions. Not on your profile, but in your habits. Not once. Every day. Because the chosen ones aren't those who know the truth. They're the ones who act on it. And when you act, quietly, consistently, faithfully, you become unshakable. You stop needing attention. You stop fearing failure. You stop wasting energy. You start becoming someone powerful, not in the world's eyes, but in your own. So hear this clearly. This is your moment. Not dramatic. Not cinematic. Just real. This is your call to action, not to impress anyone, but to become someone. Someone worthy of the gift of life. Someone who looks in the mirror and feels peace, not regret. Someone who walks through chaos, and stays still inside. Someone who lives with honor, even when no one is watching. If this message spoke to you, if something inside you stirred while watching this, then don't let it fade. Like this video if you felt that pull. Share it with someone else walking this path silently. Comment below with the words, I hear the call. Let's see who else is waking up. And subscribe to this channel if you're ready to walk this path, not just once, but for life. This is more than a message. It's a movement. Quiet. Focused. Unstoppable. Because the chosen ones don't wait. They rise. And now. It's your turn. You don't need to announce it. There's no need for declarations or grand reveals. You don't need to change your profile, shout from rooftops, or wait for someone to give you permission. This kind of transformation doesn't begin with noise, it begins with a decision. A quiet one. A decision to stop being pulled by the world. And to start being led by your own principles. To be still in a chaotic world. To be disciplined in a lazy world. To be honest in a world of masks. To be awake when most are asleep. This is the work of the chosen. Not the easy work. Not the popular work. But the necessary work. And over time, you'll notice something strange. You won't react the way you used to. Things that once triggered you will pass through like wind. You'll stop needing to win every argument. You'll walk away instead of proving yourself. Not out of weakness, but because your peace matters more than being right. You'll move differently. Think slower. Speak with purpose. And in that, people will notice. They won't know what changed. But something in you will feel unshakable. And here's the secret. It's not what they see. It's what you've built inside. You will become the calm in the storm. Not because the world is peaceful, but because you are. That's the Stoic way. You will no longer be tossed around by every mood, every insult, every delay, every failure. You'll develop an inner stillness. A gravity that holds you steady. A strength that doesn't shout, but endures. And while others panic, you'll think. While others quit, you'll adjust. While others blame, you'll take responsibility. Because that's what the chosen ones do. They don't wait for perfect circumstances. They don't ask, why me? They simply say, what now? And they act. You see, we weren't meant to drift. We were meant to stand. To be a steady flame, not a flickering light. And that flame burns from within. Lit by discipline. Fed by values. Protected by boundaries. Guided by truth. And when the storm comes, and it will, you won't fall apart. You won't break. You'll breathe. Remember your training. And keep walking. So one final question before we end. If not now, when? When will you stop waiting? When will you stop needing a sign and start being the sign? The world doesn't need more noise. It needs examples. It needs people willing to rise quietly, live honestly, and lead without ego. And if you've made it this far, that's probably you. So take a deep breath. Let this moment settle inside you. And then begin. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. If this journey means something to you, don't let it stop here. Like the video to affirm your path. Share it with someone who might need this same reminder. Comment below, I've answered the call. Let's find each other, the quiet ones doing the real work. And subscribe to this channel, because we're just getting started. This isn't just a video. It's a way of life. And you've already taken the first step. Now stay the course. Quietly. Boldly. With purpose. You've been called. Now live like it.